Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shakira Ruth. I am the owner and founder of Follow the Calling LLC, which was created to encourage a relationship with Jesus Christ through blogs, testimonies, discussions about scripture, faith-based apparel, all of that and more, music recommendations, all of that. So I am back. Today is Sunday, Sonday, and I just wanted to chit chat with you guys about compassion. Jesus' compassion for the people and how we can incorporate that in our own day-to-day lives. So I just want to start out. Usually, everything that I talk about, somehow I have a personal experience that I can relate to it. And right now in my life, I am sort of struggling with the compassion area of things. And not meaning I don't like to give or feel for people who are going through things, or that part is easy. My issue seems to be having compassion for people who just I guess exert what they're going through in ways that can be very off-putting, so to speak. So I wanted to start off with a Bible verse, which I'm coming from Matthew chapter 9, verse 36. And it reads, "But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd." And what that means is Jesus, when he saw the multitudes, when he saw all the many people, because during this time, he was going around teaching and healing people. So that specific verse is just saying that when Jesus saw all of these people, he was moved with compassion. He deeply felt for them. He could see that they fainted, which fainted means they were tired. They were just, kind of just giving up. And they were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. They were lost. They were just all over the place. They had no, real guidance. They were just all over. And what that means is that, Jesus had compassion for them. He felt for these people. That's why he did everything that we known him to do for people. But of course, we're all walking like Christ as well, right? So as Christians, we can't be Jesus. There's no way that we can actually be Jesus or be even close, really, but we are following him. That's why we are called followers of Christ. And in doing that, we have to exhibit some of the same compassion that he did. So, but that can be hard, right? It can be hard to have compassion. And I was just thinking about this yesterday, actually, and talking to my husband, and I was like, you know what? Many times we see the Bible tells us or gives us instructions on things and say that we don't need to be this, but we should be this. And sometimes it's just like, why? Like, what's wrong with that? Sometimes we don't get it and we don't understand why. We know that God is all knowing and he created us and he knows before and after the fact why he gave us these type of instructions, but sometimes we don't understand it. So when the Bible tells us to be slow to anger and slow to wrath, that's for a reason. Because when you're angry, and this is something that I struggle with, just being transparent here, sometimes I can struggle with being angry with people. And the reason you need to be slow to that, because you need to just take time to have an understanding of the fact that you're being mad at another person. Now, they may have really done something to you, talk to you a certain kind of way, or whatever it is that they have done, but we got to take our time with that, because you never know what somebody else is going through. Now, it's easy to feel compassion for someone who has cancer, or who's been hospitalized, who is disabled, or lost a loved one, a child or a mother, a father. It's easy to feel sympathetic and have compassion for those people, right? Because You can see them crying, you can see them being sad, and those are reactions to what they're going through. So we can identify with that, we can see that, and then therefore it's easy for us to have compassion. Most people, right? Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I just had to interrupt you really quickly to let you know about this free prayer guide that I created just for you. It's called the Healing and Strength Prayer Guide. Click the link below and it is all yours just within a few minutes. The prayer guide includes 6 principal prayers, a bonus principle that you can use to customize, and it is all for you for free. Again, click the link below and it's all yours in the next few minutes. And let's get back to the video. But what about those who are angry or sad about their life, their finances, their love life, their lack of being able to succeed, them having issues within themselves like self-confidence or identity issues, or just not being able to fight against some temptations or addictions that they may have. These people are also struggling and going through something, but a lot of times their reaction to that is not sadness and tears and crying. A lot of times their reactions to that is spazzing out on people, talking to people all kind of ways, being mean, hateful, nasty, just, the reaction can be anything, because internally they're going through something that they haven't been delivered from, or something that they're just trying to process that they're going through. So if we as followers of Christ in turn are angry at them because they are just responding to what they're going through, then that's not having compassion. And that is something that we really need to be careful with, because while we are viewing people and their behaviors through just how it affects us, our own lens, we have no idea. And sometimes we do know why they are being the way that they are. But we got to think about that, because everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own path that they're walking, and nobody responds the same way to stuff. For example, I could be going through some financial problems, and my way of reacting to it is just, kind of just shutting down, like staying to myself, and, not socializing as much, not talking as much. Where somebody else, the only way that they know how to react to that same thing, having some financial issues, is to, every time they see someone else being successful, they got to point out something negative, or, be mean, or they want to fight, they want to argue. Everybody has a different way of responding to things. So that's why it's so important that when we walk in compassion, we are being fully aware that everyone struggles through things, everyone reacts and responds in different ways, and we have to respond in love. That's our duty, that's our job as people of Christ, to respond by showing love. And sometimes it can be really hard to do that when, people are coming at you a certain way, or they're reacting a certain way. It can be hard to love on someone who is just showing everything opposite of love in them. But it's a hard job sometimes, but it doesn't have to be as hard when we equip ourselves every day and all day to be able to deal with these type of people. You never know who you're going to interact with. You never know what they are going to be dealing with, but we know that we have to be a light. We have to be loving and kind, compassionate to all people all the time, and just being led by the Spirit, because in some way we could be able to help them through their situation. Some of them may not know about Jesus, but we do. We know how to help ourselves to get out of certain situations, because we can call on the name of Jesus, we can pray, we can study the word so that we can be reassured of what life has, what God has for us in the future, and how he can help us right now going through things, we can be able to give that to somebody else. But you can't give that to somebody else when you're not compassionate to them and what they're going through. When you're mad and, I don't care what you got going on, and you distance yourself or you spaz back out at them, then you totally have prevented yourself from being able to be used and to be able to be a help to them. We know God doesn't need our help, but he has given us instruction on how to walk and how to be in this world with our fellow brothers and sisters. Because at the end of the day, we are to love one another. These are our brothers and sisters, even if we're not blood. So I wanted to just leave that this message for you guys today about compassion and just how important it is. You would want someone to have compassion for you if you're going through something, and then you may not be your best self. So we have to think about that when we deal with other people, whether, how hard, no matter how hard it may be, we have to think about others and what they may go through. And just as Jesus did with those multitude of people who are lost, we have to look at everyone as these people may be lost. You could know God, you could know Jesus and live for him, but sometimes all it takes is this one thing to happen in your life, this one situation to go on, and then now it kind of throws you off, and everybody doesn't know how to just bounce back from that thing. And it'll take us to be patient with one another and to just be loving with one another as we get through the things that we have to deal with in this world. So I hope this message helps someone. Again, that was coming from Matthew chapter 9, verse 36. Just a little snippet of the compassion that Jesus has for people, that he had for people when he was here, working, doing miracles, loving on people. Now we're here and we are able to do work ourselves in whatever way God decides to use us as, and how he wants to use us. We can do work as well, but we just got to start here in our hearts, having love and compassion for one another. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.